you know, the time gives me a little extra. Yeah.
You're going to get this one.
I'm a little. Hang on, you're in.
Alright, if everyone could take their seats and preferably closer up. We'll get started in about a minute.
I want to make sure there's like underneath. Can you see my feet? Yeah, no. At city commission meetings, I take my shoes off.
She's the president.
Hello everyone, my name is Jenna Litz, and on behalf of the Government Affairs Committee of the Williston Area Chamber, I want to welcome you to our candidate forum tonight. Elected by us, our state representatives have a tremendous job to do for us down in Bismarck, and they are responsible to our businesses and to us as a community. So we offer these forums so that you can hear from them, from the candidates, and be able to make an informed decision on election day. So we're proud to offer this forum in conjunction with the Williston Herald, and we are grateful to the Williston Regional Economic Development Corporation for sponsoring. A couple of quick things before I bring up the monitor, who will go over the format, but I just want to remind everybody that these forums this week are for two different reasons. One, for those elections which will be determined in jury races where there are more candidates than there are open seats, like tonight's forum. So just note that we will have more forums closer to the general election in the fall. And there may be some other candidates in the audience. For those, if you want to raise your hand, if you might see them, you can maybe chat with them. But the mayor is running on the post, but he's here. I do want to mention that the Williams County website, where is Melody? Melody, if you have questions on where your polling district is or your polling location, where you would vote, or if you want to get an absentee ballot application, so you can go to the website williamsnd.com or Ask Melody. And so we also are going to be doing a random who gets to start. So I'll ask our moderator, Jamie Kelly, to come up and kind of pick years. He lives in Williston with his wife, Emily Johnson. So please welcome Jamie.
All right, our first candidate.
Jeanette will go first.
Women first. Special privilege.
Pat will go second, and David Richter will go third.
Thank you, Jen. Thanks for everyone for coming out today. Tonight we are speaking with the District 1 state representative candidates for the Republican primary. They are Patrick Atherstead, Ned Piesick, and David Richter. So each candidate will have 2 minutes to introduce themselves, give a brief statement about themselves and why they're running, and then we're going to ask questions of each one. The format will be the first person asked a question will have 2 minutes to respond. The other candidates will have 1 minute to respond to the question, and then so on and so forth as we go through. We should have about 9 questions this evening, so everyone will get the primary answer on 3 of them. So without any further ado, I will turn it over to Danette, and she can give a statement there, or you can come up to lead.
I think I'll sit here.
Okay.
Well, thank you, all of you, for turning out tonight for this first forum on the District 1 House of Representatives. My name is Ned Piesick. I grew up in eastern Montana. I have 1 brother and 2 sisters, and I grew up on a family farm, and my parents still live on that farm. I often go out there and visit them. I remember my first trips to Williston. They were painful memories. I came here to see an orthodontist, me and my 2 siblings. So every 6 weeks, we loaded up in the car and took the trip from Lendi to Williston. And you can imagine, they tightened you up. It was the old days where you had the rubber bands, all the different colors of rubber bands. And I came up here and saw Dr. Armashenko, but that was one of my first experiences with Williston. And I remember all of the shopping and how vibrant the city of Williston was back then. I I'm married, I have 3 children and 3 grandchildren. All of my daughters live here in North Dakota, and in fact, one of them lives here in Williston and works at the Adult Learning Center for Williston State College. I moved here in 1994 from Dickinson. My husband is in the oil and gas industry, and he was transferred up here from Dickinson. I had various jobs when I came to Williston. I think it was really good for me. I really got to network with the community. And then the Train ND division started at the college, and I applied and became the first salesman for that. And I think working at Train ND has given me a lot of opportunities and really adds to my background and some of the reasons of why I think I would be a great candidate for you. I had many opportunities to testify. I had a prepared testimony to give. I had many organizations ask me to testify for them, like the Department of Commerce for their Centers of Excellence program. I even asked Representative Halstead to sponsor a bill for me on crane training, crane safety. And we did that together. It was very much a learning experience for me, and I really did appreciate Pat's efforts on that. I'm a city commissioner.
You can finish your sentence.
I am a current city commissioner and a store owner. I own a retail store. Thank you.
Sorry, I was remiss earlier. There are timekeepers in the front row, so everyone that will be giving you heads ups at 30 seconds, and then when time is up. So, we don't want to have the red one. All right, Pat, you are next.
I don't know about this 2 minutes, politician and a microphone, 2 minutes. Thank you to the Chamber and Keys Radio for sponsoring tonight's event. Thank you all for coming. We sincerely appreciate that. Very special evening. Tonight starts the political season, the serious political season. Serious business. But we need a little humor too, so we tend to be a little clowny at times. Tonight we're going to get an idea of who we would like to select as our District 1 representatives. Simply put, my name is Patrick Halstead, and I want to represent you in Bismarck, representing District 1. I offer common sense leadership, hard work, optimism, and enthusiasm. Plus, I offer you a total commitment to District 1. I love my job, and I offer you 100% of my time and energy. Strong history of public service. I've lived in Williston since 1951, with the exception of 2 years away at college. I've spent my time here. I've developed a strong understanding of the educational, business, governmental, and community needs. I could make you 100 promises, but I'll only offer you one. I will do everything possible to ensure the interests of Western North Dakota are dealt with. Over the past 12 years, we have worked with the Western Area Legislative Coalition to get things done for Western North Dakota, as our numbers are somewhat small. It's required work, dedication, study, and determination. I'm married, 51 years, 2 daughters, both of which live out of state. Simply put, my name is Patrick Halstead, and I want to represent you in District 1. Thank you.
Thank you. David?
I want to thank the Chamber and the Williston Herald for putting on this event. I'm David Richter. My family and I moved to Williston in 1990 from Nebraska. I spent my professional career in Williston. My first 20 years I was at Williston State College, where I was a faculty and did some administrative work. Currently, I'm the executive director of the Great Northwest Regional Education Association, which is a consortium of 16 school districts in northwest North Dakota. I provided a flyer for those of you who are sitting in the front of my career in state and local involvement. At the 2018 District 1 Republican Convention, I won the party's endorsement as candidate for District 1 House of Representatives. My experience with legislation has revolved around working with local education legislators on policy and funding concerning education. I have experienced sharing ideas with legislators, working on bills, testifying in committees, assisting others in writing testimony, and preparing evidence. I've been involved in successful legislative efforts, one of which is the Western Star building, which you can see out the window. We received funding from that several years ago, working with Representatives Havelsted and Sukit and I forgot his name. Stan, no, I remember Stan, from Tyler, good guy. While working with and listening to legislators in the realm of education subcommittees and on appropriations, I gained a knowledge of the issues that are important for school districts. But we find that the issues that are important to school districts are also important to communities and to the people that live in those communities. In my job, it's my responsibility to see the big picture and to develop ideas to work with various entities to get things accomplished. I have a proven record of leadership and effective. Williston's a great place to live, full of wonderful people. I'll work hard to give back to the community that has given me and my family so much. I would appreciate your support and your vote on June 12th. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think everyone, including myself, will find that 2 minutes goes much faster than the previous. So, we'll start our questions for the evening. So Jeanette will be first up to be asked a question. She has 2 minutes, and then Pat and then David will be able to respond. So, the first question is, do you feel the distribution of the oil and gas production tax is equitable and fair for statewide infrastructure needs?
I do not believe that there's an easy way to make that fair, and I don't think there are a lot of people that understand the gross production tax, and I'm not going to pretend to understand it fully. But I think what's most important is we need the gross production tax to remain the same so that cities like Williston can plan on what money is going to come back to our city, and the state knows where that money will be going to as well. So I think instead of every 2 years changing the formula or trying to retweak it to make it fair, I think it would be better if we leave it alone. Try to let the cities have that time for budgeting and to give the state some time to see really what is fair and what isn't fair. Thank you.
The distribution is not fair. We've worked on it. We got a 5% increase in the last session coming to the west. Our problem is, and it goes back quite a ways when we were dealing with what was called an equity issue. At that time, we were a property poor district, and as a result, we were willing to give up oil revenue, which was the big surge bill, $1 billion a couple of years ago.
I also do not think that the distribution is fair. I think back to I believe it was 1998, there was an article written by the state treasurer that said the distribution in lieu of property taxes should go back to counties. The question is, how much does the state get? And what's occurred over the past couple of decades is that percentage that's gone back to the state for distribution throughout the state has grown larger and larger and larger, and the distribution that's coming back to the counties and the areas that produce it is growing smaller and smaller. I think the distribution, the way they say it comes back, is not actually the way it comes back. When you look at how the funding formula actually works, the cities and the counties get less of the percentage than what the state actually lets you know if.
For funding? Is it encouraging people to get an education in mental health and then forgiving their loans? What will it take for the state to incentivize people to get into that career? And how do we attract people, maybe former North Dakotans that have left the state, to come back to the state and see that this issue is serious? And I think the challenging thing for us as a state is it's not just North Dakota that faces this. This is U.S. wide, and so we're all going to struggle with trying to find funds and different ways to cover that. But I do think one way we could do is to encourage people to go into mental health and incentivize them by forgiving school loans. And the second one is to figure out ways to start long-term care, short-term care facilities that take care of those who really are serious about overcoming their addiction.
I would say right now that mental health statewide, but specifically in western North Dakota, is as critical an issue as infrastructure. We don't have near the capacity to deal with the numbers of people that are facing serious problems. It would be nice if you could just turn to your neighbor and say, hey, I need to talk, and that will do it. But we can't find people that will come out and live in western North Dakota. I'll give our local people a big hand in that they are using every method, and especially telemedicine now. So we're having a lot of people visually brought into western North Dakota to try and help people. But that's not the total answer.
Excuse me, behavioral health is becoming a larger and larger issue in Williston, and especially in western North Dakota and in rural North Dakota in general. Part of the problem that I see is that the certification process is very cumbersome. There's a lot of red tape. So there's a possibility of making that process, streamlining it. I'm not saying eliminate the qualifications, but make the process a little easier for people to manipulate and get through so that they can get the certification. The other thing is that a good solid infrastructure can help draw people into an area. And behavioral health is one of the areas that we're short on personnel, but we're also in the health profession in general. And I think by building the infrastructure in the community, it can make it more attractive out here for people to who want to come and establish practices on it.
Please, the next girl, aren't you? Or no, I'm sorry, that was one through. My apologies. So this next question goes to Pat. And then David will have a minute, and then we'll have a minute. So, do you support dipping into the principle of the legacy fund? Why or why not, and for what reasons?
This is going to be a ticklish issue. As soon as you crack the lid on the legacy fund, everybody has a special project that they want to then use money from that fund. I think our problems are serious. We can use all of the interest and be kicked into the general fund. We maybe have to streamline where it goes. I'm really reluctant to tap into the legacy fund, but I'm realistic enough to know that if we have problems and they continue to remain as serious as they are, we're going to have to do something as an incentive, if nothing else, to get some of these problems solved.
I agree with Pat on once you open the door stays open, and it's pretty tough to close. So I think you got to be really careful about that. The legacy fund at this point, the last report that I was of the fund was at $5.5. I don't know what the interest equates to off of needs, infrastructure needs in western North Dakota. There's infrastructure needs all across North Dakota. So I can see some special projects, and if they did dip into it, I would very much promote that it's simply one-time expenditures and one-time expenditures only. It would be a major mistake to make the legacy fund principal part of the annual budget or the biannual budget of the state.
I think it took a lot of forethought to start the legacy fund by the state of North Dakota, and you look at other oil and gas states who have a similar fund, and as it's grown, what it has meant to that state, and how it has stabilized some of their government spending. So I would prefer not to tap into the legacy fund. I can see that there might be some needs that seem important enough for us to tap into that, but I agree with my fellow debaters tonight that if you open up the door, what's going to stop it, and will the legacy fund be actually used for things that are important to the whole state or just to certain regions of the state? And that would be a concern of mine. Thank you.
All right. And this question is for David, then Representative Matt. So, do you feel any adjustments need to be made to the medical marijuana rules to meet the needs of North Dakotans?
It always seems to be give what's it's a relatively new policy, it's a relatively new and the rules, and to randomly or to by feeling make a change just because we feel that there needs to be a change, I don't find it to be a very good idea.
I think that medical marijuana rules that the state has put in place so far, really because they haven't been tested, local government, we've seen the city of Williston put in place an ordinance. But this would be a time when I would say that we don't need so much government. Less government would be better in dealing with the medical marijuana. I am in favor of it for medical purposes. I've seen other states where it's gone to recreational, and I'm not in favor of that for our state. So right now, I think we should leave it in local government and local government's control. Thank you.
I had the privilege of sitting right in front of an individual that was a key player in the Human Services Committee that dealt with the particular bill. And I was impressed with the depth of their discussion and the foresight that they put forth in the bill to make sure that it was done right, and then turned it over to the health department, a specific division within the health department, and they have worked very carefully to make sure that it is implemented in the manner in which we thought it should be. Local government has a key role, and again, as the two people have indicated, until you start the engine, you don't know what adjustments you need to make.
All right. So our final set of 3 questions. This goes back to Jeanette. Do you support the court decision in South Dakota v. Wayfair for states to collect sales tax from online retailers who don't have a brick and mortar presence in the state? How would this affect the overall budget for sales tax collection in North Dakota?
Yes, I do support sales tax from non-brick and mortar businesses. I am a owner of a retail store in town, and I believe online shopping and the fact that many people don't have to pay sales tax hinders people buying locally. It's one of the factors I think that people look at. I think it would add tremendous dollars to
Solution other than pill.
I I think prevention is always better than treating the illness. So I think the state needs to get involved with a good campaign and good educational materials to prevent it. That's all I have. Thanks.
I think mental health is a difficult subject to talk about and a difficult subject to address. I think prevention is key. I think treatment is more important. If I had to spend money, it would be in the area of treatment. I think we need a better referral system in the state, if one can be found, or one that works better in other states. I think it's everybody's responsibility and to deal with mental health, not just legislators, but the whole community. Thank you.
And the final question we have scheduled for this evening. David. With budget cuts of more than $50 million, do you think that is a reasonable cut, or would you try to find a different area to take that money from?
Well, I think that what the governor came out with was a recommendation for higher ed to take a look at their budget and look at cutting 10%. When the higher ed budget comes out, I believe, in August, and they're going to be working on that. Higher ed took a pretty healthy cut in the last biennium. Some of the institutions, UND, Williston State College, lost a lot of funding. I don't know how you can have a competitive, affordable higher education system if you're going to keep relying on, it's going to have to be student tuition, and the tuition goes up and puts our institutions at such a high rate that we're in the neighborhood of Colorado, where in-state tuition is over $20,000 for some of their colleges. State funding needs to stay with higher ed so we can have an affordable education to educate the children that come out of our system. So, and I know it was a preliminary recommendation, and I hope higher ed kind of looks at it, but I don't think that they should look at cutting higher education any more than
10% of the jobs in North Dakota require a 4-year degree. That's got to be an indication that there needs to be some adjustments. Abolish the colleges, no. Streamline the colleges, yes. I think our governor's pointed in the right direction, but he's looking at it from a business point of view, not necessarily from an educator's point of view. I think we are top-heavy with administrators and support staff at the expense of the student. So do we need to trim? Yes. Where do we need to trim? I think they need to look very carefully at how they're spending our money.
Well, that takes us through the 9 questions we had in a little bit less than an hour. So, well done. Thanks to everyone for answering those questions and giving such great answers. So I wanted to thank everyone in the audience for coming out tonight. This has been a really enlightening evening, hearing from the 3 candidates for District 1 Republican nomination. So we have tomorrow night, we will be hearing from the candidates for District 1 in Williams County on the County Commission, as well as the candidates for Williston City Commission. So I would invite everyone to come and chat with the candidates. I'm sure they'd be more than happy to talk with you after the fact. And thanks again for coming out.
the 4 times stoppage was super.
We went from like 8
And at home they're just going refresh.
and
Oh, they think it's like
yeah, so it essentially, it takes a little bit of hit, and then you can actually make it to where you can crop it in certain places, so if I want to crop it right there, you actually zoom in. Yeah, so I can have like 4 or 5 camera angles. And like, there's no router in here. So, what we could do is maybe try getting the hardware connected to the yard and then going off of that. But I mean, if it's like within 2 feet, this keeps crashing. Another thing would like change, I got to the point where I just put it full screen to see if I could. It's made for it to lie.
So what we'll do is, you want to take the tripod and this thing home? I'll have try that and see if it's a phone connection.
Well, my phone is still more connected to that than this one.
Streaming crash. I was like watching over there, like I'm like locking eyes with Jason and he's panicking.
I thought you had a like an edge in your lens to get to watch it or something wrong.
I go tomorrow. I think it's he's like, well, the endodontists are seeing it for free.